How are we, YouTube? Welcome back. And where are we at? It's a while since this has appeared. So you can see the wheels are off for obvious reasons. The last couple of videos there were about polishers and the whole lot. So what we're going to be at in the foreseeable future, when we get time, is we're going to be polishing parts of the frame, the swing arm, the rear sets, and we're going to polish all up under the bottom of the under tray. I may or may not polish the sides yet, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So the back wheel is done. Shiny. Not bad for homemade polishing equipment. So there's a combination of that to do the buffing, and this guy to get the sanding done to get the rim ready. Now, while I'm at it, safety first, as Norm Abram in the New Yankee Workshop always used to say. I was using this as a test piece, and I was here one of the days, and very stupidly, when you're polishing, the wheel turns towards you, so you should always be standing in front of it so that if it does grab or whatever, it'll go down. Of a moment of pure stupidity or absent-mindedness or whatever, I walked from here, from this wheel, and I walked around the back, and I applied this side, and this grabbed in the wheel, and that flew with the might of a 3 horsepower motor propelling it and hit me in the face. Luckily, I have my safety glasses on. I always, pretty much a lot of the time out here, have safety glasses on when I'm doing stuff, because I got steel in one of my eyes many years ago from an angle grinder, and to get that sorted out was very painful, and the glasses stopped it hitting me in the eye, but it hit me in the face between the top of my lip, the top of my top lip and my nose, and it opened me. I had to go to the doctors, and they couldn't stitch it. They had to glue it closed, and it's healing up pretty quick, but my God, I tell you, I can only imagine it's like what getting belted in the face with a lump hammer would feel like. It was not nice at all. So anyhow, catastrophe aside, we have our back wheel done. We're getting to work on the front one here, so we had to strip all this black stuff off it. It's not paint, I don't know what it is. It could be Cerakote, or it could be something like that. So we stripped all that off using one of those, see, can I find it? This lad here, he's for stripping paint, and quite effective at it too, but you want it on an electric drill. Wasting your time with a cordless drill, it just doesn't have the grunt. So we had to make a couple of adapters for the polishing machine, because this spindle is 20 millimeters in diameter, and the Kawasaki one is the guts of 25. I think it's 24.87 or something like that. So I made up these 2 adapters here, one this side and one this side. They're made out of a bit of nylon, and so as it'll ride on its own bearings and won't be flopping around the place. That ticking you can hear is the rim. I might see, can I move that? It's the belt making contact with the valve stem. So we'll see, can we make an adjustment. See, the belt is going right over it there. So we'll see, can we move that to stop it ticking, because that's annoying. So what we'll end up doing here, we'll do a bit of time lapse, and we are going to go from this state here to that. over there eventually. So we have to do lots of sanding now first to get the wheel ready. That's good enough to go over here. So we're going to start off with 220 grit, and we're going to work our way all the way up to 2,500 grit. So yeah, so I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse on this, and we'll see how we get on when we have this when we have all this sanding done. We'll see what sort of state it's in. So it's just going to be me sitting here with my headphones on maybe, and I'll put the camera on the tripod, and we'll see how we get on. I may stop. See, we're going to go 220, 320. We'll stop when we get to 400 grit, and we'll see how we're fixed. We'll go from 4 to 600 to 800 to 12 to 15, 1800, 2000, 2500. So we have a big stack of paper here, and we're going to get to it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, what is he trying to do?
Okay, so as you'll have seen in that bit of time-lapse footage there, we did make a little adjustment. We got the belt on the side of the rim, which is nice because there's a little place for it to go. So we've done 220, 400, 600, we're up to 800 at the minute. And this wheel is polishing a lot nicer than the Suzuki back wheel. The Suzuki back wheel wasn't very slow to come around, but of course it had been destroyed by somebody that sanded it or whatever. They left awful marks in it, so it's hard to get them out. So we're up to 800 grit there at the minute. We still have 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 and 2,500 to go. So it's pretty much of a muchness, all the different clips. So I'll just insert every time I change grit, and eventually we'll end up with a finish like that over there. And I have to say it's slow but quite satisfying. And as I said, this wheel is polishing easier than the other one. And I tell you something else, the difference in weight is unbelievable between the Kawasaki wheel and the Suzuki wheel. Now I know that's wider and it's got the cush drive assembly, there's more mass in the centre of it, but oh my god, this thing is featherweight compared to it. So yeah, we'll carry on, and what we'll do is we'll see what happens when we get ourselves up to 1,500 grit, and we'll come back and have a look at it then. Okay, let's go. Right, so basically what happened there was we were going through the various papers, and as you would have seen me, I think we might have got up as far as 1,500 before the camera decided it wasn't playing ball anymore. I don't know what happened, but look, I just kept going. So basically we worked our way up to 2,500 grit, and as the grit gets finer we keep increasing the speed of the that the wheel is turning at. So that is the finish we have now, and I have to say this wheel polished up so much better than the Suzuki one. And once we hit that, I'm gonna actually I'm not gonna bring it to the other buffer in this video. We'll do that as a separate one, because this video was just too long. So that's the ins and outs of it. You know, it's boring standing there, but trust me, it is a lot better than doing it by hand. You know, it's a smoother finish. You know, you wouldn't get a finish like that doing it by hand, and I'm quite pleased with that. So it's coming along. So happy days. I'm very happy with my machine. It's exceeded my expectations, so quite pleased with that. And there's the plastic on the ceiling I was telling you about. It fires it back as far as about there, which is 4 feet from the machine. But no, it is what it is. I don't care. Just take the plastic down when I'm done. Yeah, so in the next video we'll be bringing this down, and we will be doing it on the other polishing machine, and we will have a finished end like this wheel here, which is nice and shiny. And you know, this is still a little hazy, but it's not too bad, and it's ready for off. So anyway, we'll leave it there for this video, and we'll get you in the next one. So all the best. Bye bye.